We got huge breaking Philadelphia Eagles news today. On the start of Eagles training camp, Jalen Carter gets extended. Welcome to the Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is. Cover news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We got this here on the Eagles Pinpull Podcast Network, audio platforms, and, of course, on the STT Sports Network on YouTube. Wherever you're watching, whatever you're doing, make sure you hit the buttons on your device. There's probably a like, a share, a follow, a subscribe, whatever it is. Click it and make sure you take care of it. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I'm your man, Phil Stiefel. And yes, breaking news this Tuesday afternoon. The day the Eagles report for training camp, tomorrow's the first practice. The Eagles have given Jalen Carter a record-setting contract extension. The 25-year-old defensive tackle has reset the defensive tackle market, becoming the highest-paid defensive tackle in NFL history. He signed a 4-year, $152 million deal with upwards of $160 with incentives, $106 million guaranteed. That is $38 million per. $6 million more guaranteed than Jeffrey Simmons, $2.8 million per year more than Jeffrey Simmons, who was the latest defensive tackle to reset the market. Now, based off of Anthony DeBona's numbers, adding in his fifth-year option that they picked up, it really comes out to about $35.5 million per year. The thing that really is exciting about this contract, because we got lots of money to give out, right? We got Q and Coop next. We just gave out Jordan Davis deal. Jalen Hurts still needs an extension, right? There is going to be no more than $12 million in cap hit through the 2028 season. So he won't even have a cap hit jump till 2029, and who knows what the salary cap will be at that point. Another job well done. This is something that the Eagles don't get praised, and we'll get to Jalen Carter in a second, but we don't give enough praise to the Eagles and how they handle their business. If you were an agent and you had a young superstar talent, wouldn't you want them to get drafted by the Eagles? They handle their business. They don't have holdouts. They pay their players top dollar at the time of signing. It's fantastic. It's great. And like I said, they signed Jalen Carter now, along with Jordan Davis. We'll have our two studs in the middle now going forward for the next 4 years. Obviously, a huge amount of money for Jalen Carter. There's a lot of question marks, coming into this offseason with Jalen Carter, right? Between his maturity, his health, and his performance dropping and what was linked with what. The Eagles would not make this deal if there was any concerns about Jalen Carter on the field, physically, or off the field maturity-wise. This is giving him the vote of confidence, and we trust that you're going to come to camp healthy, that those shoulders are fine, and you're going to get back to your all-pro dominating self. Let's think about it. In 3 years in the NFL, he's already a two-time Pro Bowler, two-time All-Pro. He finished second in his rookie year in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting. This guy is a force, a juggernaut in the middle, and he is locked up long-term. During the games he started, because he did miss 6 games last year at the Eagles, games that Jalen Carter starts for the Eagles over the last 3 years, they're 32-11. This defense is so much better with than without him. All the talk of would they trade Jalen Carter or move on from him, all pushed aside. Now, I mean, it does have reciprocal effects. Obviously, this means Moro Jomo will be gone at the end of the year. He'll probably get a big deal. We'll get a comp pick, whatever. We'll move on. We'll figure that out. But Jalen Carter now signed long-term. That's 2 of the 4 big pieces that Howie has drafted now locked up. Next offseason, it'll be Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Quinyon Mitchell was just voted and landed at spot 47 on the NFL top 100 list. I think that's a little low. I think he should be, more in the top 30. But we'll see what the rest of that list looks like. But the deal is done, and it gets done before practices. I don't know what Jalen Carter would have done in training camp. Would he have practiced? Would he have just done team drills or individual drills like he did in OTAs? Who knows? But this is the thing with the Eagles and Howie Roseman. We never have to worry about these holdouts. We don't have to worry about hold-ins, the new cool cliche word to use right there. Do we like the Jalen Carter extension? Again, Jalen Carter's numbers are not going to jump off the page. In his 3 years, he's played 43 games. He's only had 13.5 sacks. He's only got 108 tackles total in 3 years, 25 tackles for losses. Obviously, his second year in the league was the year that cemented him as the elite player with the 12 tackles for losses, 16 quarterback hits, 4.5 sacks. The 6 pass defended, 7. He had 7 last year, but 6 That 2024 season is what cemented him as a force to be reckoned with. It was only a little over a year ago that we were talking about him being the next Aaron Donald in football, but the shoulder injuries last year hampered him massively. He looks to be in great shape. He says he's in great shape. The Eagles have rewarded him like he is in great shape. So this is nothing, in my opinion, other than a massive win for the Eagles. We'll see what it means down the line. We'll see how it translates, whether it works out. But just think about this way as well. I mean, we took a chance on this kid in the first round. There's plenty of off-the-field concerns with Jalen Carter coming out of college. Howie Roseman got him at a great spot in the draft, and he's been rewarded by two great years and one injury-plagued but really solid year of play from him. And now we're rewarding him with the richest defensive tackle contract in NFL history. Man, I didn't know what I was going to have to talk about today. It's the first day of training camp, but nothing was really happening. They're just getting in there and getting settled in. But, of course, Howie Roseman drops a bombshell. Now, Howie Roseman, do the right thing before you got to pay Coop, before you got to pay Q. Pay the franchise, Jalen Hurts, the other Jalen on this team that needs to be paid. Pay that man his money next. Get Jalen Hurts locked up long term and make me one happy man. But anyway, Jalen Carter, 4 years, $152 million deal with upwards of $160, $106 guaranteed. That is the new price tag if you want to pay a defensive tackle in the NFL. Wow. Great job, Howie Roseman. Congratulations, Jalen Carter. And always, always, always go Birds and bubbles up.